the human at the end of it is a very vicious creature. For us to resolve this trauma, first sasa lazima tutoe drugs. When you stop getting high, bro, life ukupiga na HD na 3D. What? Everything, all your lies, all your wastefulness. Yani life inakutandika unasema, man, I is a bitch ass nigga. Yani uni mimi ndo nimefanya hivi. So those days, prefects were more powerful than teachers. A prefect will call you and a teacher will call you na utaenda kwa prefect. Because teacher ataenda kwake. Mse tuko naye kwa dom. Bro, I was beefing with the worst teachers. Akale, boof. I used to run away from class. The teacher takes my desk, amehepa nayo, and he locks it in his office. Yeah. So now I've ducked class for 2-3 days. I go back to class, sina desk, bro. Inabidi tu nimeenda kwa ofisi yake. So patch was crazy. Bro, mi ningezaliwa States. Sasa ningekuwa jela, bro. Sikudanganyi. Ningekuwa jela. Bro.
Yeah. DNA.
Yes, sir.
I've never asked you where this DNA came from.
DNA ni
deoxyribonucleic acid.
DNA ni dreams and ambitions.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you call yourself Mr. Dreams.
Yes, sir. Dreams and ambitions, bro. Nilikuwa serious sana from the beginning.
Dreams and ambitions. You've had dreams and ambitions since when you were a kid.
Long time, bro. First, I remember watching those TV shows.
Yeah.
Akina Maggie and Me. Yeah, from when I was a kid, I always wanted nice things.
Yeah.
I always imagined a wonderful life for myself. And it never went away. Even in the lowest of times, I've never seen myself as beaten or done. I have many weaknesses. Giving up is not one of them. Yeah. So me know what I'm saying.
You always push.
I always push. I always believe that tomorrow will be better than today.
Yeah. Man, and that, I think that's inspirational, because do you think many people lose their dreams or their ambitions along the way?
Of course.
When life ikianza kuchapa, at some point, I think life starts becoming hard. Maybe, I would imagine, around after uni, or maybe after high school even for some.
When you enter the real world.
Yeah.
Ukitoka kwa mkono ya mzazi ama caregiver, where everything is done for you.
Yeah.
Your job is just to put information in your head. Ukitoka hiyo stage, you enter the real world. For many people, inakuanga ngumu.
Yeah. And how do you think you were able to sustain that beyond? How were you able to sustain your dreams and ambitions when you left the care of your caregivers, who I believe were your parents?
My parents, yes. Because of chasing my dream, music. And at the time, my parents thought it was better for me to finish my school. Ndio sasa niingie kwa mziki nikiwa na backup plan.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm not the backup plan kind of guy. I am the guy for this is where we are going. We'll probably suffer to get there, but we can get there.
Burn all bridges.
And I had been pumping myself with all this, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, Kanye West, akatoa college dropout. Like, it's like, oh man, I have to do it. So and it was a very rough journey to being successful in music, but it gave me grit.
But man, do you believe in this Napoleon Hill stuff, Think and Grow Rich, that you can actually, I think the entire essence of the book is, if you strongly think and believe that you become rich, you actually do become rich. Do you believe in that?
I think we've looked at the book in a different way.
Okay.
I think the way I'm understanding you saying it is as though if you think of being rich for long enough, it will materialize.
Yeah.
That's not how I read the book. I read the book in that if you put it in your mind that you can have something, you can achieve something, you can do something, and you focus your mind on that, it can be.
But there's some people, man, who put their heart and soul and grit into something.
Yes.
And things never materialize.
Yes.
And so what would you say about those? I mean, I think the principle is not universal in that sense, because you try push it, it probably doesn't.
Who said life rewards hard work, bro? Nani alisema hivyo? Nani alisema life in a reward hard work? There's nothing like that.
My teachers in primary school, man, or high school, or whatever, I remember this teacher used to, anatuchapa kiboga na kuambia, hiyo ni bata nimekununulia, na hiyo ni whatever. And I mean, and the entire premise was that work very hard in school, and then in future, everything will be handed to you on a silver platter because you worked hard in school.
Hizo ni zile generational truths.
Okay.
Like, it was true kuna time masomo ilikuwa ukisoma umewai. That is no longer true.
So how is it now? Then the converse of, or the alternative to hard work being rewarded. What is rewarded then?
So I'll say this. I saw today there's this guy called Karaoke Comfort Homes. I don't know if you know him on TikTok.
I don't, but
yeah
we can put up a picture of Karaoke.
He goes
Comfort
crazy,
Homes.
man. This guy has wisdom for days. He was saying, education ni dawa ya illiteracy. Education si dawa ya poverty. Yeah. And that's the nature of it. Like, you can work hard, you can do all these things, but life is not guaranteed just because you did the right thing. Actually, if you look at life, a lot of really bad guys do really good in life. And tutasema nini, bro? This is the way of the world.
Ushasikia song ya bien ile inaitwa A Student.
Bas, na ni ukweli, bro. Bro, when I was running the agency, bro, people used to give me CVs nasema, what? Like, what did you get in high school? I got an A. I got an A minus. And then what did you study? I studied finance. Mi niko na C minus, bro, na nilifanya KCSE mara 2. Nilipata C minus, nika repeat, nikapata C minus ingine. Just to confirm my G, ilikuwa grade yako, bro. Stop. Wacha hiyo mambo unafikiria.
Wacha kutry kuipush.
This is your grade, bro. Kubali kesi. But I got into business knowing I'm not, that's not me. So in a way it helped me. Because nilijua lazima nikuwe na njia ingine. And then I started to realize slowly life is about how you relate with yourself, how you relate with other people, and being able kujitegemea kwa hii dunia kama mtu mzima. That's all. Anything else is just things, matrix. There's a lot of matrix in it. So life is not fair. Life is not fair at all. Tugi and I, actually, even with Wendo as well, we've had this convo a lot. Like, hakuna fairness, bro. Fair life, bro. If hard work paid, the donkey would be the owner of the farm. Kwa hivyo hii dunia iko vile iko, bro. Cheza na chance yako.
I'm laughing because I'm proud that you've had this conversation with your children. And for context, DNA came with the kids to record this today. And shout out to you, man, because you are a very present. I'm looking for a different word. Practical practical father, if that's what you're telling your children, man. Because I'm even thinking when you're in high school, when you go back to do your KCSE the second time, what's in your head? I want to give a shout out to a sponsor of this episode, Olympic Auto Center. Olympic Auto Center has been servicing car enthusiasts and car owners for more than 3 decades, servicing the Twin Cities and the state of Minnesota since the 90s. They have the experience, the passion, and the will to make your ride smooth. If you are in need of towing services, auto repair, or buying a new or used car, reach out to Olympic Auto Center now. When you go back to do your KCSE the second time, what's in your head?
Bro, I was lost. My parents asked me, what do you want to do? I didn't know what to do because clearly I'm not doing great. Mm-hmm. But in my mind, all I could see is writing songs, designing t-shirts, but hata sijui hiyo tutafanya nini nayo. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, okay, cool. I'll just spin it again. Okay. And I spent the whole year writing songs, designing t-shirts.
And what are your classmates saying?
The first it was rough because now I'm with the guys who used to give a hard time. Mm-hmm. Sasa simini form 4s tunasumbua form 3s.
Yeah.
Kwa tuma nini. So now I'm with those guys and we're in the same year.
Yeah.
And it's because I didn't do well in exams. But mi najua kuishi na wase. Mm-hmm. So it was a bit rough in the beginning socially. But when I went for my grades, bro nilienda kuchukua certificate mse. In my mind, I was guaranteed at least I got a better grade.
Yeah.
Man, I walked in, maze, say Dr. Kabithe, yani,
they were not the school?
God bless, yes, Dr. Kabithe, yani. Mm-hmm. So, Doc, maze, and someone, Dennis, I'm so disappointed.
What? Is it? I think that's not a fair way to talk to a student.
But no, this is because Doc and I were like good to buddies. The point of, yo niambie ukweli. Yo niambie ukweli. And I needed that. In my life, I've always been appreciative of people who tell me the hard truths because I know myself.
Yeah.
I can be very locked in on what I think is true. So doc akaniambia vile ako disappointed, maze nikapewa certificate. Manze nikaicheki iko na C-. I could not believe it. Bro, ilibidi nimeact kipindi sasa.
Yeah.
Confuse wazazi. So bro, tuko hapo Karen Hardy. Sasa Karen Gata is next to Giraffe Center.
Yes.
I went there after I was in Patch. Patch was like, I've talked crazy about Patch in the past, but in retrospect, Patch was what I needed to make me. Like, I was a soft kid. Patch made me, like, showed me what the world really is.
Yeah.
So,
bullying?
There was a lot of bullying. Heavy.
What's the worst you can remember?
Bro, you've gone through it, bro. Patch. Bro, Patch unaamshwa mazi unapigwa na wasa wamefunga masabuni kwa matowel, bro, wanakulima usiku, bro. It was nuts.
Just for the sake, not because you did something.
I think these are post-colonial remnants.
Okay.
Of this is how you know, hierarchies of society. Form 4 na Form 3 wanavaa trao, Form 1, Form 2 wanavaa short.
Yeah.
Nizo ma post-colonial remnants zinaendelea. So Patch was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Patch, by the time natoka, like, we had an issue with Form 4s and they send us to the basketball court and you take off your shirts and you're doing press-ups, bro, on the tarmac, bro, in the middle of the day. Manzena unakula maslap if you can't see them through.
And where are the teachers at this point?
Oh, so those days, prefects were more powerful than teachers.
Oh.
A prefect will call you and a teacher will call you na utaenda kwa prefect. Because teacher ataenda kwake. Mse tuko naye kwa dom. Bro, I was beefing with the worst teachers. Akale, boof. I used to run away from class. The teacher takes my desk, amehepa nayo, and he locks it in his office.
Yeah.
So now I've ducked class for 2-3 days. I go back to class, sina desk, bro. Inabidi tu nimeenda kwa ofisi yake. So Patch was crazy. But when I left there and went to Karengata and then plugged Form 4 the second time.
Yeah.
Now we're there with the boys. We went to Hardy, tunakunywa matei, tunajihype.
Yeah.
Yeah, vile life iko tu sawa, it's okay. But sasa tukianza kutawanyika, everybody's going to their home. Sasa reality inaanza kukuslap.
Yeah, pole. This is the first term of your second stint.
This is after I finished Form 4 the second time.
Okay.
And I've gotten a C- second time.
Yes. So just after, when trying to figure out what to do with life.
So now I have my certificate. I'm supposed to go home and show my parents this disaster.
Oh, it's the day off.
The day off.
Okay.
So tumepiga matei, pesa zimeisha. Now I said now I have to create a movie so that my parents can be more worried about me than about my grades. Bro, that was so cold, yani.
What did you do?
Bro, maze was... mi sikuwa msemfiti, bro. So I go to the Uchumi Hyper on Ngong Road.
Yeah.
Nikomba mse simu, ati nipigie mzae. Nimwambie niko stranded. Na msijaribu kunifanyia hizi vitu, tutakosana mbaya sana.
He's talking to his kids, by the way, in the background.
Bro, nimeact maze. Nimeambia mzae, maze sasa mzae ako Ngong, bro.
Yeah.
Wanaishi, yani he drove all the way to come and pick a stranded guy.
Yeah.
Kumbe mimi natry to create kipindi ya avoid the obvious reality of my grades.
So how exactly do you narrate to him? Are you able to imitate what you actually say on the phone? I want to take this opportunity to give a shout out to a sponsor of this episode, Candy Home Survey Realty. If you want to buy a property, whether it's a property for you to live in or a commercial property for you to invest in, reach out to Candy. Candy Home Survey Realty has made it possible for multiple lives to be transformed. If you want to transform your life today and move to one of the coolest provinces in Canada, reach out to Candy Home Survey. How exactly do you narrate to him? Are you able to imitate what you actually say on the phone?
No, so I just tell this guy, hey, I need to call my dad. And then the guy looks at me, he's like, oh, is this guy, umseni mwizi wa simu? Like, no, this is just some kid.
Yeah.
So then I tell him, hey, dad, maze, I'm stranded. Niko Uchumi Hyper. Please come.
Are you crying?
No.
Okay.
Not crying, bro.
Do you sound like you're in distress?
I think my strategy was very bad.
Okay.
It was a very poor strategy. So he comes and, my mzai is a guy he's very patient.
Yeah.
I call him the legend. Like he's the ultimate patient guy.
Yeah.
So eventually we still talked about my grades and yeah.
So I still want to know how that conversation, when he picks you up, how it goes.
Also, he asks me what's wrong, and then I start trying to lie to him, and then he tells me, also, and you've been drinking, eh? So your story ilishia tu hapo.
He caught your lie even before you could.
You know how when you're young you think you're so clever.
Yeah.
And these guys have lived through it. They've seen all these things. Say, wacha onge mambo yake amalize, but it's all nonsense.
So your doctor something?
Dr. Kabide.
Dr. Kabide was disappointed in you.
Yes, because he felt I had so much more I could give, but I was running around doing, wasting my time, thinking of useless things, kuhepa shule. He felt I could have locked in and been a really good student.
Did that disappoint you? Him being disappointed in you? Like, did you feel, are you able to comprehend what he's telling you that I'm disappointed in you? Ama you're like, so what?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, I'm not happy that he's disappointed in me.
Yeah.
But I'm also kwa ile age ya, yani, whatever, man. Yeah, so, and then by then I had started sipping.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care. I had lost interest in school at that point. Let's say that.
Do you think people ever turn to alcohol for any reason at all? Kuna msana mkangasuwe anasema, you know what? I think pombe itanisaidia hapa. Like in this case, is that what you did?
Pombe usaidia. But inasaidia for a short time, then ina double shida the next day.
Yeah.
But for those few hours, inasaidianga.
Inasaidia
kukua mjinga, upoteze mawazo na fahamu for a few hours.
Yeah.
It's cope.
You get out of it,
It's
and
cope.
the promise is still there waiting for you to deal with it.
Double, bro. Tumekunywa hadi rent, bro. Bro, I've started with my homies nasema, sasa hii rent hata ni nusu, acha tupige bia 2, bro. Bro, morning. Mikifika 11 p.m. bro, hata landlord mnamtusi. Mse akuende huko. Kwa nafikiria asubuhi bro, hauna kitu. So booze is a master, not a servant.
Yeah.
But mse ujue hivyo saa zile ushaenda sana.
But I was hanging out with Kibe a few weeks ago, and he said something interesting. Shout out Andrew Kibe. He said that alcohol is a problem for poor people. For rich people, he said that for rich people, it is okay, it is a lifestyle. But if you have money, alcohol problems can be dealt with. But when you are poor, that's when you're called a drunkard.
Yeah, I saw that clip and I disagree wholeheartedly.
Okay.
There's nothing like that. Quality of life. See, money is only a problem when you don't have it.
Yeah.
Once you have some money, ukishaonja do una realize do si mambo yote. So money is a big deal when you don't have it. People only talk about one side of the story. Oh, jamaa mazee alafu hii kitu ilimfanyikia but angekuwa na do,
haingefanyika.
But there are so many people who have all the money in the world and they have a sickness that the money cannot do anything about, or a broken family, or health or mental state, so many things. So me, the times I had issue with booze, I had money.
Yeah.
The money was not helping me at all. Like I could have swapped anything I had to get sobriety. So I don't agree that money is that pombe is an issue for just broke people. Yeah. That's not true at all.
So what you're saying is that you are cognizant that booze was messing your life?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, you can draw a straight line. 90% of your problems zimeanza hapa. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
But the compulsion is too strong. That's why you guys need to get help.
Yeah. Did you get some help?
Of course, bro.
Rehab?
Champ, bro.
How many times? Once?
No.
Okay.
More.
Okay. Ulirudia kama KCSE.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, whatever it takes. Ni hosi.
Yeah, man.
Ni hosi. Your stigma squeeze imeanza kuishaisha. Like, do what you have to do to be okay.
There's a guy who was drunken I think he used to live in India or something. He drank his money to...
Ogot.
Yeah.
That's my G. That guy's been to, I don't know how many he's done, a bunch.
Yeah.
And eventually he got clean. I've met guys who've been to rehab 10 times, 15 times.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to do it.
Yeah.
There's no shame in the game, bro.
But I think there's a lot of shame though or guilt maybe that comes with when maybe you are doing so well in a certain area, alafu because of your alcohol problems, now you're not doing very well. So even to fathom that you can get any sort of help, si saa zingine inakuanga hard. Ebu walk me through with the mind of someone who is in the pits, wants to get out but is unable to get out of it. How is your mind like at that? How is someone's mind like normally at that point?
Your mind is a mess. You've wrecked your mind because of you keep hitting your brain with things
Yeah.
every day. So your mind is not clear.
Yeah.
Unaona ni kama unafikiria poa but ufikiri poa. So inafikanga mahali una need help.
Yeah.
Need. Like you can't kick it. You've been trying to kick it. You can't kick it.
Yeah.
You need help. Les Brown said, at one point in life, everybody is like a blind man crossing the street. You need help. Ukifikia place ya kusema, I need help. Now, there things can happen. But Ogot told us once about a guy whose parents walishinda wakimwambia, oh, tei. So the parents at once used to keep taking him to Ogot. And Ogot told, Ogot is crazy, bro. Ogot told these people, your son maybe might need to be the example, kama Yesu, to die that others may live. Some people never learn. Some people never reach the place of saying, I need help.
Yeah.
Some people never reach there, some do. So if you reach there, it's easier because from there you look for help.
The reason why I'm going to ask you this question is because I'm thinking there's someone who probably needs help, but doesn't know how to get there. So what is that thing that for you becomes, I need help? At what point do you realize, you know what, I actually do need help?
When you can't control yourself. When you do something that creates a mess.
So in your case, you did something that created a mess and then you realize.
It's the usual things, bro.
Yeah.
Unajua tu hii maisha ya sherehe. Umeanguka na gari.
Yeah.
Obviously, unaweza anguka na gari pia kama hujatei. But obviously, mlianguka na gari juu mlikuwa mmetei.
Yeah.
Na bado kesho mpige tei. Bro, tushai wreck and the first thing I was thinking of was a booze.
You're out of an accident and the next moment
I'm like, mazi kuna matei kwa hii dinga kweli. Bro.
You're still even not out of the car
like,
yet.
Umetoka, hii dinga kuna matei, ama sasa ni kwanza kutafuta matei.
Yeah.
Like, man, bro, this thing goes deep inashika maisha ya msee. Yani, like I was saying, it's a master, not a servant.
Yeah.
But wanting something badly enough is what a lot of people never arrive at. Me, bro, nilikuwa na ase, bro.
By the time you want to get out there.
By that time, Jay was older, but Jay alikuwa naishi na mamake.
Yeah.
So sikuwa namuona sana. And then Tugi was, alikuwa mtoi mnaongea.
Yeah.
Then sasa unaanza kuangalia mtoi unasema, hey, man, hizi ni gani jo? Like, why am I living like this? Then, you start, a lot of my good decisions ni juu ya watoi.
Yeah.
Doing something, hata kama mi sitaki kufanya, inabidi nifanye.
Yeah.
Juu ya watoi. Because mazemi ni kiblanda, itakuaje.
Yeah. I think of...
I mean, your last line, maze. Between me and the Matrix, is these guys, and me, I know that.
Yeah.
So...
It's you to get them out.
It's me to get them out, bro. It's on my wall. They'll tell you. It's written there. It has a date.
Yeah.
Remove my kids from the Matrix. It's 25.
Oh, okay.
25 still has a few days left. Let's see what happens. But, bro, I cannot know what I know.
Yeah.
And nanichome. Alafu saizo ukichoma, bro, mse usikia guilty. You know you're doing the wrong thing. Na hiyo guilt sasa ndio inafanyaga saa ingine unasikia mse hata amefanya kitu mbaya, bro.
History ya matrix utaniexplainia vizuri. I think there's an understanding of a matrix that you have. In the first pod, we probably didn't get it very well. And today I want to understand it better. But umesema story ya booze hapa hivi and driving. And I was just thinking about the guy who died the other day. He's probably been buried by the time this episode is dropping. Cyrus Jirongo.
Your story, a famous guy?
Cyrus
the
Jirongo.
GTA, the video game developer.
No, Cyrus Jirongo.
You mean, sorry, you're talking about, yes.
Yeah. And
legend.
Do you think
long live
alcohol was involved?
I have no idea. There's so much speculation around.
And there's so much speculation, man. I hung out with Kwatenge, Kwatenge, and I didn't want to talk about that with him because he was going to talk about that with Muaf, so I didn't want to, Aribu the convoy over there.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts about him his relationship with alcohol and lifestyle in general.
So I don't know. I've seen him once.
Yeah.
In a
person.
white Benz in person.
Yeah.
Key Beach. I was nilikuwa Key Beach kama 9 asubuhi sijui. Wow, I don't even remember what was going on. Probably nilikuwa nimeenda kuona say shule. Sasa nilikuwa nimewasi off alafu sasa niingia Cabernet kwa ofisi.
Yeah.
And this guy was in a white Benz, aquarium, no tints, gazeti iko hapo kando. There's just an energy like, hey, umse ni master. Umse kuna kitu fulani na umse. Of course, he's legendary. And there's always speculation when people like him pass away.
Yeah.
But there's too much heat for us to know the truth.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hatuwezi jua ukweli sahi.
One of the theories going around is that he was drunk and he was confused on what lane to get on the highway, and that's how he ended up on the wrong lane of the road and ended up losing his life. But I also think I've seen so many people lose their lives because of alcohol. I mean, and I think it's one of the things that I would really want to be passed is serious consequences for drunken driving. You know that in North America, if drunken driving is hiyo ni kama umeua msetu yani.
Bro, mi ningezaliwa States. Sai ningekuwa jela, bro. Sikudanganyi. Ningekuwa jela. Bro.
Yeah.
Yani
consequences.
Yani maze tumefanya vitu ngori maze.
Yeah.
Na tumeget away. Africa, bro. This is why people come to Africa and they never leave.
Yeah, because there's
Africa ukiona ka float kidogo tu ka flotation.
Yeah.
Bro, you'll get away with anything.
Of course, man.
Anything.
And there's a billion opportunities in this place, man. That's why some guy from France comes over here. In France, he lives like a pauper, but he comes over here. First of all, one thing in Spenangi kabisa ni, you know, the way folks of that, or you know, of white folks who come over here and they'll be treated like goddesses or gods, you know, semi-gods or demigods. And they will get away with almost anything, including guys from the East, like China and Japan and whatever. I've seen a guy in Eldoret, I think he was running a shop or a store or whatever. Alafu mfanyikazi wake sijui alifanya makosa gani. Man, the guy slapped him. And then the next moment, the guy was in the Asian guy's office begging for the job back, saying, you know what, I've forgiven him. Mimi sitaki shida yote. Just because he wants his job back, man. And it pains me when I see the way we treat them versus the way we treat our own over here. When you go into a store, you could be very wealthier than this, foreigner who's come over. But in a duka, like you go to a Chinese restaurant, for instance, you're treated so badly, man, by your own people. And so you feel bad. But those guys, they come over here, they love it because there's opportunities, of course, for them. And they are able to grow.
And there's exceptional treatment.
Yeah.
Because one of the side effects of colonialism is that iongozi subconsciously umeirank. Hata kama haujui, you may tell yourself, yu ni mtu tu.
Yeah.
But deep down in your DNA, umerank mlami kuliko vile umerank hii ngozi yetu, we mwenyewe.
Yeah.
And this was coded into us through colonialism. So always tutatambuaga say, and that's just how it is, man. And then they come and they see opportunities that us we don't see because we don't have ile exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that is what you define as the metrics? Maybe some of them have gotten out of the metrics than us or something. I don't know.
Okay, let me give you a summary. What of the matrix nduelewe?
Yeah.
In the Bible it says the work of the evil one is to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Yes.
That's what it says in the Bible. So anything that steals, kills, and destroys is not of God, it is of
the devil?
Yes. Sasa umeelewa matrix.
So the matrix is anything that kills, steals, destroys.
Kitu yenye ni ya kufanya wase hivi. Hiyo ni matrix. Kuglorify lifestyles ingine hapo. Wow. I'm guilty of some of these things, but even me, I'm a victim of the conditioning. Of this is cool, this is nice.
That's the gospel you spread, bro. The gospel of whatever is cool, nice.
That's what we thought as we grew up on American culture. Not if like all these things are maybe Saimi ni Buddha, so I see things more clear. But materialism is slavery, bro.
Yeah.
It's just another form of slavery. People work so hard, and then you take all your money to buy an item that makes you feel good about yourself and makes other people see you in a certain light. We are in the matrix. That is matrix.
Chasing after keeping up with the Joneses, I think is what they say.
Consumption.
Yeah.
Consumption culture.
And the consumption culture, consumer culture, whatever in North America is so bad, and I see it creeping over here. I was having a chat with Eric Mutiso. Shout out every other time with Eric podcast. Great guy.
Shout out to Eric, yeah.
And he paints a very interesting picture. He says that the distance between middle class, I would imagine you and I are in the middle class. You probably could be above the middle class, but I'm sorry for putting you in the middle class.
Malumeniaka tuiache hapo for now.
Yeah. There's people who are in a lower cadre, and then there's people who are extremely wealthy.
Yes.
Now the distance between us and the guys who are or let me say, I'm talking about myself. The distance between me in the middle class and the guys at the top, and the distance between me and the guys at the lower cadres, the distance between me and the lower cadre is shorter than the distance between me and the higher cadre.
I understand, yes.
But because of the consumer culture and the way, TV adverts and stuff like this and movies and music, is portrayed to the world, it makes me feel like I am closer to the guys at the top than I am to the guys at the bottom.
Yes.
And so what? I keep consuming and buying and acquiring more and more just to fit into...
Consumerism is aspirational. It gives you status.
Yeah.
That's why I buy a t-shirt for... I've been that guy.
Yeah.
But with time, I'm like, Sasa, honestly, don't be dumb. Save your money, guys.
Yeah.
Save your money, guys. I see it in art a lot.
Yeah.
Msee ameenda show, umepigwa 50. But kwa hiyo 50 umetumia kama mbao kwa luku.
Yeah.
I understand we are doing art, but me, I look at those things, I'm like, okay, why? My self-validation is good. But then me, nimekuwa napiga Men in Black. Guys diss me. There's this guy, this YouTuber. I want to give him props, but I heard he's making these videos. He made this video about me, so I guess I made it. About how I don't dress like an artist. Then I was thinking about it.
Let's talk about him. Dave utakata hii jina out. Who is it?
It's
okay.
Yeah.
Cut out that name, buddy.
Yeah. So he's a top tier hater, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't look like an artist. Like, okay. Actually, I said I'm going to prove a point. And so I have me, I dress in black.
Yeah.
The vast majority of the side. I said,
same as me.
I'm going to do all my shows until 31st in black.
Yeah.
Tuone kama mi ni nguo. There's a million dope t-shirts.
Of course.
There's only one me. So value yourself appropriately. Alafu hiyo story ya kuvalue vitu sana inaishia.
Yeah.
Materialism is a very dangerous.
True.
Yeah.
I think the moment you realize your worth without the clothing that is clothing you, hiyo ni siku kubwa. That should be a big day for you.
Man, they make us feel like the first time I had money niliingia tao, nilipita kwa shop fulani ya shades, an optician's shop where the Eco Bank is in town. Hizo shades ni moto. Kaingia.
Yeah.
You have money, you talk with your hands. Rich niggas talk with their hands, not with the mouth.
Yeah.
That one. Bro, nikapiga shades, how much? Only 20,000. This Asian lady, attractive. Alafu, amenizozea. Like, she talked to me like, are you sure this...
You can afford.
And I don't know, ama it's me and my ego, I don't know. But I had to prove a point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt nice. Those shades didn't even last like 3 weeks. They put them in the car, Steve sat on them. So I was like, that thing, it taught me a lesson of... And then when he sat on them, I thought, now I have to buy another pair.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, so the kick I got out of buying them didn't even last longer than a day. And this is how it has been for everything.
Yeah.
Everything I ever bought that I was like, oh my, very few things in a hold iyo ati una feel poa. So nimeshare hizo vitu sana. Me I want to be a rich old man, bro.
Yeah.
And buying stuff, most of it is useless. So I would tell anybody who's coming up, save your money. One day your money will save you. That's for real.
True.
And me, I've seen that. And do useful things with your money.
I was hanging out with Jemulam Say yesterday, and Jemulam Say gave me a perfect example of what that is like. He used to work in the bank in somewhere in Western, in Central. And so guys who come to the bank, of course, see me has to be in a suit. So the question I asked him is, how would you feel when you're handling large sums of money? Your salary, I think his salary was like 25K, whatever, he used to take almost 25K. And so he was telling me that when he was sitting there, it humbled him. So working in the bank taught him humility. And then he went on to describe it to me this way, that sometimes someone can walk into the bank and is dressed in a very flashy manner, expensive suit, whatever, looks expensive, or an expensive jacket, whatever, sweater, shades, hat, nice shoes and whatever. And then next to him, there's another guy, he just looks frail and dirty.
Kamututu.
Yeah, and then so the flashy guy comes to the front man. He's depositing probably is withdrawing maybe 20K, and in his account there was 20,200 shillings, for instance, and takes the 20,000 out. And when I guess you can see the history of the account, and you unaona mali inachezea, maybe $1,000 whatever. But then the other guy who was frail and all comes in, anakuja hata ongea, anakuandikia karatasi, anakuambia, hebu niangalilie account. And then the guy keys in the digits. So first of all, the way Jemo is looking at him is like, that's the way hatu unafanya kwa bank,
Yeah.
The first few days.
I'm a judge.
Yeah. Keys in the details. Even the guy knows that you're judging him. So he's there like... So the moment Jemo opens the bank account, he's like, what? This guy's like 5 mic in the account, and then even the guy can now see... That's
Jemo amempandisha ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that becomes very interesting. An interesting thing about when I look at life in Kenya versus life in North America. In Kenya, sometimes you can kind of tell who's doing well by the neighborhood they live in, by the kind of car they drive and how they maintain that car that they drive, by... maybe sometimes the way they dress, the people they hang around, or the way they talk. You can kind of see that. I got to North America, man, and it is so different. Your next door neighbor could be the richest guy in the entire province, and you wouldn't know. He'd be driving his old Jalopy, his old Pontiac, or those old American cars that people, they normally make fun of American cars because they don't last long.
Yeah.
Versus European cars, which are more flashy, more powerful, and whatever.
Yeah.
So he'll be driving this old car every day. And man, you're like, oh, this guy.
What's up with this guy?
But that guy is the richest guy in the entire province, man.
And now, so think about the mind state of those two people.
Yeah.
Think about how strong of a mind somebody has. Akona 5,000,000 kwa account,
Yeah.
na anavanga gambut, na jacket chafu.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what you think. You think I'm poor?
Yeah.
Sawa. But me, if somebody gets sick, we Gucci. If kids need to go to uni abroad, we Gucci.
Yeah.
Where things matter, tuko sawa. You, who has the weak mind, this is not anyone in particular. The other example now you gave.
Yeah.
I need your approval because I've not approved of myself. Mi sijitambui.
Yeah.
Ndio maana lazima nivae kitu fulani, nifanye vitu fulani ndio nipate your approval. It's here. It's in the head, like how you see yourself. You don't value yourself. You think poorly of yourself. So I need Ogato to think highly of me, so I have to add things. But if I'm good within myself, how you feel about me is cool. And God willing, I will arrive there. Nimeanza kupiga 2 steps kidogo. After I did this video asking for niliomba kazi,
Yeah.
the response has been so positive. Wasome show love mbaya, but it really made me think like, how much have I been leaving on the table because of not speaking, not asking? Maibu hazina sense, bro.
Yeah.
Because of at the end inarudi kwa na need wase wanifikiria in a certain way.
Yeah.
If you can conquer that, and all the great teachers had conquered that.
Yeah.
Akina Gandhi, Akina Jesus. That's why you see even how they dress. Like
Simple.
easy
stuff.
mambo easy.
No
Easy
gold,
ni mambo
gold
easy.
bangles, gold
Easy
earrings,
ni mambo
necklaces,
tu
whatever.
easy. Yeah, mi mwenyewe mimi ndio nini. So materialism breeds into us a need for validation. And especially with girls, it really bothers me, bro. Monge na watoi wangu nasema, damn, mazi matrix sijui kama tutaezana nayo, but tutapambana. The social pressure is so high to be, the beauty standards. Urembo ni hivi.
Lazima uchape makeup.
Yani urembo ni ndio definition ya urembo. So, hey man, it's crazy.
And
it's
if you're not, then do you think...
If you're not this, buy this. You see, ni matrix. Sasa, sijui kama unaanza kunielewa. This is not, no, you don't have this. Spend money. Spend money. Spend money. Your hair. You have what? Kinky hair. Weka pesa hapa. Weka pesa hapa. This is the beauty. This is the standard. It's very difficult.
You talked about the video that you did a few days before the 30th, ukiomba kazi at the 31st. Maybe walk me through your mindset when you're doing that video. Were you bitter? Were you angry?
Not at all.
How is your mindset like when you decide to do that video?
Free. Free. A free man. Free to talk to the people and ask them for an opportunity. Free enough to know some people will say he's doing it because I'm a sota. He's doing it because of this. Watasema. Watasema si waseme iwatoke. I was doing a promo for a show in Bungoma. I shot that promo and then I was like, that voice that drops in. I don't know if everybody has it. I believe everybody has it. Ile, hey, budasi basi ushoot video ingine. Ya show ya 31st. Mbona ukae kwa nyumba 31st? 31st kuna kichele. Make a video. I go to shoot it, then now the devil's voice comes. The matrix voice. It's like, you can shoot this one in the house. You don't need to nini. Now I'm like, so now I know I need to shoot this video. When I get the dissuading voice, I must do this. That's how me I operate. Nikipata idea fiti alafu nipate a strong voice telling me no, it means I must do it. So niko hapo bro hub, nimekimbia kama fala bro, nimekutana na Guardian Angel amekam. We bump into each other in the mall. I'm just shooting like 1 take, 2 takes, 3 takes, 4 takes haikuji. Then I shot this 1 take, bro. I'm in the mall, I'm running down the stairs, I'm shouting. Nikashoot, nikasema hii ndio roho yangu. This is what I really wanted to say.
So you shot that thing in the hub?
At the hub, yes. I shot it, nikaangalia nikasema Mungu nisaidie. Hii ndio ilikuwa kwa roho yangu. I feel that it is a stereotype to wait to be called for shows at uko na brand. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. I've broken the stereotype. Ask for work. Ask for work. 2026 watu wajibonge. Ask for work. Mwenye atasema unaitisha kazi juu umesota, wacha waseme iwatoke. So I made the video. I watched. I was like, wow, this is so clean. I posted one for the Bungoma show. I let it get traction. Then like midnight, I popped it. Bro, I drove, nafika kwa nyumba naona, ati 4,000-5,000 views, 10,000 views. Bro, niliamka asubuhi, I think we're at 100K. Nikaanza kuona reposts. Gossip, Nairobi Gossip Club. Vako za Nairobi, I was like, okay, something is happening. And in that moment, the person who was in my head was Joseph Mutua. Do you know Joseph Mutua? The guy for We Keep Showing Up.
No, I don't know him. Let's put up a picture of him.
Yeah, he's a TikToker. No, he builds swimming pools and saunas.
Oh, yes, I know the guy. Yes.
You saw the video he made when he was being auctioned.
Yeah, I remember. That was a very humble video, man.
That video entered my soul. Nilisikia baridi, bro. Nilipata ile, we call it VV in Kikuyu. Like, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I was like, this is the most authentic thing I've ever seen in a long time. Na alipata my job.
Man.
My job. So me and my sister Caro had been talking about how comes we know how dope we are, but we don't act on it. Ukienda kui mouth, people's voices enter society nini. So my Caro and Mutua were in my head. I said, I'm going to do it. Boom. And I shot it. And I mentioned some people's names, but I never mentioned it like Kumbaya. I have so much respect for Juakali. I have so much respect for Red Sun, for Kenrezi. Sinangu ubaya na mse. But of course, people try to to make it look like unataja jina ya mse uko na ubaya. So the video went crazy. I got booked for one show, I got booked for the second show, I got booked for the third show. Now it's going and all the shows are lit. Jana nilikuwa Tomcats, bro. Nimeingia kwa nyumba 5 a.m. bro, tumepiga the last 2 shows have been crazy. Conquer was crazy. Stima ilipotea mara 2 bro. Bro, I am him. I am him. And I've unlocked the final truth. Ask. The universe rewards audacity. That's what guys are saying in my comments.
Yeah.
Be bold. Young artists, usingoje kuitwa. Na usiogope kusema ukweli yako. I have many enemies in this industry. Many men wish bad upon me, bro. But we will still get what is ours because we have asked. So, yeah.
When you say that there's many men who wish bad upon you, why do you think anyone would wish bad on you? Yet we're both living on this earth and we're both, chasing our own bag in different ways. Even if we're in the same industry, I mean, there's millions of Kenyans or millions of people in the world who would listen to our music, for instance. Yot and I like joking that there's 16 billion eyeballs in the world right now who would watch this podcast. And so why are we fighting each other? Why do you think people are fighting each other, or why are some other people pulling others down?
The scarcity mentality. When you have that, the brother beside you is your enemy. Because ile keki iko hapo iko limited. Bro, everybody who has been successful in music, we can all tour na hatuwezi maliza Kenya.
True.
Hatuwezi. But bro, kichele ikikuja kwa meza, people show who they really are, man. And people with scarcity mentality, they operate like there is no tomorrow. So they see an opportunity and they have to take it for themselves. Even if they can't eat the whole cake, lazima wafiche. Yeah, it's people who have scarcity mentality, people who have not overcome vitu walipitia wakigrow, hardships, stuff like that. But some people pia wako na roho tu mbaya.
And some people blame the industry on the leadership. On the leadership of the country. So they say that the leadership hasn't created enough opportunities, or they lie too much about, opportunities for either the creatives or generally the economy being tough and stuff like that. And maybe since the economy is tough, then there's not enough shows to cater for these people. And so I take an example.
Terence na kina Mulamo wametukuta hapa na wakaingia na wakakuwa multimillionaire tukiwaona hivi na macho, using phones. This opportunity thing, kutegemea serikali ni blanda, bro. Niliona wasa wa Maumau kitambo wakitembea tao, wale wazae wanangoja hizo reparations zao. That time I was chasing some money from Gava. We had done a gig. Maze tulinyoroshwa mita 8 mimi na boys wangu. Nilikuwa nimekimbizia do. Then one day I saw those guys in town. I was like, kidogo nitakuwa hawa watu. And no offense to those people. You understand? Like,
and I'm laughing because of you running, looking for your 8 million, and then the government telling you, sayonara, my friend.
Bro, na hiyo imeisha hivyo. But, it was what it was. So, nikasema hii do nikikimbiza nitakuwa mwenda wazimu, wache ikae. You just, hii mambo ya kutegemea serikali is not... It's true, the government should create infrastructure for us. But, and that's why I mentioned Terence, Mulamoa, and these guys. Kwa hii ecosystem yenye tuko nayo right now, a stable country, a country that has roads, internet, no wars. Like, if we go to the basics, and Kenya, there's social mobility. Kenya unaweza kuwa budako ni nobody. And in 15 years, bro, when it top ranking. In a lot of countries, there's no social mobility. Kenya, just because of the stability, our socio-economic positioning, just everything, jitume. Wacha Gava ikwe number 2, not number 1. Music royalties, I used to be in those fights. I'm out. No. Tutafute njia ingine.
Talking about his royalties, Calligraph said one thing someday. Shout out Calligraph.
Shout to Kali. Shout to Kali. I don't, hey bro, Kali. Shout to Kali.
Yeah. One day he said that, wakati walikuwa na zozana hizi stories za hizo pesa zinaitwa royalties.
Yes.
Walikuwa na zozana yeye akasema, mimi ngoma zangu tumieni. msewata akikuuliza we tumia ngoma. And that's one of the reasons why, if you looked at the videos I used to advertise episode 100 of the Couch Connect podcast, ni hiyo ngoma yake Where You At. Because Kali said, man, just use the song, kusaidia. But I mean, I wasn't sure if he meant that you can play it in a video or he meant you can play it in a matatu. But you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not looking to rip him off or anything. And if you were to ever reach out or anything like that and say, hey, man, he's your poor, of course, we'll have a discussion about it. But I'm really proud of what he said, that where to me I'm going, because of this thing that you're saying. There's a handful of people in Mekachini, MCSK, and there are a couple of others in the Metanganezo, and using MCSK, person inaweza kulipa through eCitizen. Have you heard that? And I'm like,
the payment method is not the issue.
It's the cronies who are at the top who are using this money to pay for their salaries and their well-being and live in massive houses at the expense of the creative, who's struggling down here to make sure that ngoma inatokeleza. I was hanging out with Mr. Lenny, man. Mr. Lenny painted a picture for me, telling me that, of course, some of these songs zilishutiwanga kitambo. Na saa zingine producing that music video is so expensive.
Yes.
You know, you have to look for money to pay the producers, you know, making the music video and all that. And wakati wase wanakaa chini kukuliza royalties, man, they have not spent a dime. They're not there even fighting for you.
But they are the ones in the leadership, and they use, for every 100 bob collected by these guys, they spend 70 bob on collection. Yes, literally.
They spend 70 shillings to collect 30 shillings, basically.
Yes. So kwa kila 100 bob, 70 bob ni admin.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It makes no sense. But Kali, you see, and Kali, naomba collabo, naomba. Kali is that guy. I really admire him. I really like how he moves. Wacha wasa tumie mziki. I see both perspectives of, these guys are using our music, they're not paying us. But Kali understands the system is broken. And instead of waiting for the system to be good, wacha mziki ifikie watu, ikue popular, and then you monetize outside of the YouTube, Spotify, social media framework. You monetize outside of that.
Yeah.
Once your song is big, it's big. Me, I get shows now because of that. If you ask a lot of guys, they'll tell you, DNA. But if you go to the pirates, in the clubs, the matatus, mitani, over there, bro.
Yeah.
Mini top ranking.
Yeah.
And because my music is part of their lives, whether or not Spotify pay me, whether YouTube pay me, haijalishi.
Yeah.
Show it a letter. Na endorsements it a letter.
And it's been very interesting that we're talking about Spotify here, man. A friend of mine was telling me recently that Spotify pays very poorly in Kenya. I don't know how true that is, though.
So cost per mile is dependent on the adverts that run in that region.
But Spotify ads are not as... I think they're also struggling with that. Ni juzi wameanza ku-advertise.
Yes.
Hata nimeona themselves advertising on YouTube saying that, you know what, you can also put your ads on Spotify. Yeah, and so but they make a lot of money though from subscription.
From the monthly subscriptions.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's what's supposed to trickle down to the artists.
But then there's a marriage between the labels. So Universal and Spotify, in my tent, is the same business. So there's no way creatives get a fair shake. It is impossible. Especially in regions like ours.
Yeah.
Haiwezi. But the world can hear you. If you can come out of that thing of wanting the platform to be the one that makes you rich, make content, wase wasikie. Hiyo ni mbegu umerusha.
True.
Rusha mziki ijulikane. Whether somebody has eaten your song, somebody has not eaten your song, wacha ngoma ikuliwe. You will create value for your brand because your digital footprint gets bigger.
True. Hata mimi, you know, the way umeambia Kali unaomba collabo, man, hata mimi advertisers, naomba sponsorship.
Thank you. Jibonge, bro.
Man, because I spend so much money. I've done 100 episodes, and so if you're watching this right now, about a few weeks ago, we did episode 100. And before we did the recording with Mwafrika and Kibe, DNA did a banger performance at the stage at KNT, man. And shout out to DNA for coming through and making it work, man.
Always.
In order to make all these episodes work, this is probably episode maybe 105, 106 there. in order for me to get here, man, I've spent millions of shillings, sometimes at the expense of my family, at the expense of, my wife, my daughter, whatever. And these are all opportunities that they would have spent this money on something, but they haven't. And because of the nature of my content, I have to travel to record different locations. And because of, I want to give a different sort of perspective of of what the world will be. So my content tends to be a little bit expensive to produce, man. So advertisers must show up and sponsor this pod, man.
Yeah. I want to vouch for Couch Connect. This is one of the cleanest pods nishaiona. Out of the 254, technically we can say that. There's a couple of clean pods.
Yeah.
Kuna wenzako pia wanafanya vizuri. But bro, I respect your grind, and I think whoever partners with you would be winning.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Who do you think your demo is? If you're to describe in one line for an advertiser, watu wenye wanatuona ndio hawa, kwa hivyo product yako inawafaa. Who are we talking about?
Watu wenye wanatuona ni young men between the age of 24 and 45 across the globe, and most of them are from East Africa. They either speak Swahili and English or both. Yeah.
So clip that, boost that.
Yeah.
Drop like $100 on it.
Yeah.
On TikTok. And let's see.
50.
Yeah.
$100 though, eh?
$100 bro, itafika kwa kampuni zote.
Yeah.
Direct to the people, bro. Yes.
Yeah, but it's a very interesting journey to how we got here. But let's go back kidogo we're talking about the government and government not supporting creatives.
Depending on the government to fix our issues. Yes.
You did a performance for the government and ikakuosha 8 million shillings.
No, it was not a performance.
Oh.
We delivered some services. But yeah, you see now, and this is the previous regime. I don't want problems with the current regime.
Yeah.
And you see, sasa shida ni kuna watu wengi kwa mix. You're not directly dealing with the people who are. So pia kuna story utapewa itabidi tu umeswallow. But yes, we lost a bag, 8M.
And I feel bad for you, and I also feel bad for this gentleman. Last year, 2025, he was running around talking about the Machakos County government running away with this money. I think 20 million shillings or something.
The guy is on Obina show, I think.
Yeah. His name is Kyoko, I think.
Na nikaona pia wameanza imekuwa noma sasa wasona suiana nini.
Yeah. And what is that about? Because I feel bad when you work so hard. I mean, sometimes you even put, take a loan or whatever, and then you end up getting auction, stuff like that. Maybe it wasn't the case for you like that, but there's very many people. He said, supply vitu maze. See, maybe not this government, previous regimes, whatever, we supply vitu, but then they don't end up getting paid. Very bad, unfortunate situation happened. I think, was it in Migori or something? A guy hung himself, man.
I've seen those things and they're so sad. And, but, you see, bro, so hiyo do tulikuwa tumeitegemea sana. Bro, every SMS that used to come to my phone, nilikuwa na imagine, nikuambiwa, come to our office, Bro, simu unaweka ringtone full hata usiku, bro. Kama mwenda wa simu. Yani wewe una imagine tu account yako iko na mita 8, bro, unaanza kuboil. Na unajua uliborodo ndio ushikanisha hizi mawera nini. But, you see, bro, if you break and then what? Sawa, umeoshwa. And then what? Wachana na kuoshwa. Unasema kuoshwa. Kuna wase uamka, bro, alafu kwao imekuwa kuna war. Wachana na kuoshwa pesa. Do not break because you lost.
You gotta be strong.
Do not break because you lost.
But man, sometimes it's hard not to break.
Lia dakika 2. Do whatever your therapy method is. Kama wewe ni mtu wa matei, wewe ni mtu wa matire, wewe ni mtu wa church, wewe ni mtu wa whatever it is you do it. Iyo kitu ikutoke and we continue with the journey. Bro, una break alafu nini? Si tutawambia nini?
Wanakungojea.
Si ndio tegemeo, bro. Umeoshwa. Load reload, bro. Load reload. I mean, may have restarted my life so many times. I even started having a sick pleasure, I think, about going through hard things. Like, okay, I conquered this. Nilitoka shuleni kakuwa msanii na ikamake. Nilitoka kwa tei. Pia hii tunaweza icrack kwani. Pia hii tunaiweza. You don't allow, bro. On the last pod I mentioned for you, A Man's Search for Meaning.
Yeah.
Victor Frankl. Read that book.
Yeah.
Uni msee alikuwa Auschwitz. Kwa hizo concentration camps. When you see your whole family being taken out, when you see your hope and your future and your country being destroyed, my positivity, I think, comes from my dad. My dad, when he was growing up, my dad, we call him Legend. Shout to the legend.
Yeah, man.
My dad, when he was just about 2 years old, no, when he was months old, his father, my grandfather, Mzee Ruben, was arrested for collaborating with Mau Mau and all that.
He was arrested by
the colonial administration.
Okay.
Wakamfunga.
For being a Mau Mau.
For being a Mau Mau supporter. Wakamfunga.
Yeah.
And then his mom now, my shosho.
Yeah.
About when now my dad is like a year and a half old, she goes with her baby, who is now my dad. They go to the jail to visit her husband.
Yeah. Your grandfather.
This colonial regime was, if you read the books, then you'll know. It was the version of history we read about is very whitewashed. These guys were terrible.
Brutal.
You have no idea, bro. If you read the British Gulag and those names, you'll see it was beyond animal. It was not animalistic. It was satanic.
Yeah.
It was satanic levels of violence. So they go. She goes to visit. She's arrested for trespassing in the prison compound. She was arrested with my dad.
But she's visiting.
But she's been arrested for trespassing. And she has a baby who's just about 2 years old.
But how else then can you go into the office of the police station if you don't pass through the gate?
Bro. Mzae alikuwa ndani.
At 2.
At 2.
For trespassing.
And they had arrested a bunch of mothers who had come to visit and all that.
Oh.
And out of like 50 kids, 40-something kids who were there, only 2 survived. My dad and another one.
Oh, so she was in for long.
Alifungwa.
So ikuwa alifika siku moja jioni akaambia wewe unusirudi.
Alifungwa kama 2 years. My dad spent like 2 years in jail. Ndio nakushow. Now if you meet my dad, he's positive beyond belief. And remember, ameingia jela, my shosho, one of the reasons why he made it is because my shosho refused to hand him over. They used to take the little babies, they apply some powder on their heads, and then after a little while the babies pass away. And my shosho refused to hand him over. And so they hit on the head with the butt of the nini, and eventually this is what led to her demise. That's what we believe.
Yeah.
And
because she died at around that time?
No, way later in life.
Okay.
But the damage from refusing to hand my dad over,
Yeah.
when she grew older, it affected her. So after that time when they were released and went home, remember, Guka is still in jail.
Yeah.
So they've exited into nothingness. And so my father had a very difficult upbringing.
Yeah, I mean, when you come out, I even guess they've been forgotten about. Their homes have been destroyed.
And Guka, of course, they took all his land and everything, and he had to start fresh.
Yeah.
So
your dad grows up in...
So my dad grows up in this kind of challenges.
Yeah.
And my dad is such a positive guy. My dad is a good human being. Akona roho mzuri.
Yeah.
So when I started to look at life from the aspect of people like my father, people like Victor Frankl, also wamekapitia sana, and they are still positive. They are still a light to the world.
Yeah.
Instead of putting darkness because of, I went through this, I did this. Udem alinivunja roho kwa hivyo mademu wote. Instead of wallowing in what happened to you, you count it as a lesson and you keep it going. You lost money, sawa. People lose money. And this positivity is what keeps me alive, bro.
Yeah.
I pray God doesn't test me more because I've gone through the worst of tests. But we cannot fold, bro. We cannot afford to fold.
Sometimes I even question God. I'm like, man, what? I don't want to be tested anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm a faithful guy.
Yeah.
You don't need to take me to the levels of job in order to prove my faithfulness.
Yeah.
But then I also tell God at the same time, you don't need to test me. Just give me good things and I'll still be faithful.
No, you must be purged of your weakness
Okay.
and your matrix thinking,
Okay.
because this thing is not easy, bro. This life is not easy. Kutaka life ikuwe easy ndio ilikuwa inani waste. Nani alisema hii mambo ni komsiko msaa black white leo, yani leo hii that's it's a flow. Hiyo kitu ya one day it will be everything, hiyo destiny, hakuna kitu kama hiyo bro. Leo ni siku fiti, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Tuombe kesho kuwe fiti, na isipokuwa fiti, as long as we are still standing we go.
Yeah.
Especially us wenye sasa ati ndio hao wanatuangalia. Una fold bro, alafu nini ako kadem katadu nini wewe ukifold
Maze,
ati juu dili lichomeka.
I can't even go there, because the love that I have for my daughter and the hope that I have for her future, man, nothing can dim that. And I wouldn't want anything to come in the form of, I don't know, some trial, alafu inifanya maze ni fold, ni ogope, ni give up,
Ujifungie kwa nyumba.
Yeah, maze.
Instead of stepping out iyo matrix, materialism.
Yeah.
This is who I was yesterday. So what, bro? Iyo ni jana. That's who you were.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Let's move on. Yesterday you were a rich guy. Today you're not. Let's cook. Hivyo tu.
But there's a lot of hopelessness, maze. I hang out with a couple of friends of mine, and I listen to, some of them may not even be my friends, but friends of friends. And you listen to them and the stories that they share. There's a lot of hopelessness.
Yes.
Hopelessness in the sense that the future doesn't look bright.
Yes.
And you somehow you figure that out, and you have a very hopeful outlook towards life. Why do you think wase wengi sana wako in this darkness? I call it like you're in like a darkness that is so dark, it's like 3 midnights joined together.
Okay, first of all, wacha niseme hivi. There's a level of existential problems yenye mi sija experience.
Yeah.
So, I'm not speaking ati kuna pains sijaonja.
Yeah.
Sijai kwa homeless. Sijai, even when my things have been bad, sijai kwa samali ya kulala ama kitu kama hiyo. So there's a level of pain yenye sijai pitia mi mwenyewe. So I cannot claim to understand. But muishowe bro, at the end, you can have your excuse and your good reason.
Yeah.
Or you can have what it is you're going for.
Yeah.
That's all. And one of the things that inafanyaga msichana kwa hopelessness, anasikia hopeless sana ni kucope. When you stop coping, when you look at everything ile, naaki kuko hivi. Na ni mimi tu niko hapa. That's why those stories of, wasanii tungekuwa na do kama ni gava ingekuwa. Mi siko hapo. Please, anything that is outside of mimi nimeshika hapa, please tusiongee hiyo.
Yeah.
Tusiongee hiyo. I tell guys, sasa lakini mziki royalties, I tell them, I've been telling you guys for 5 years, make 100 TikToks of your song. If fail, then come and tell me.
Yeah.
Then come and tell me. How is it fail? You have to overcome hopelessness, depression, loss, heartbreak. You must overcome. Vile tulilose bro awa toi. Mimi nilikuwa jua imeisha. In my mind, hakukuwa na sababu ingine ya kuendelea. But what about hawa wenye wako?
Yeah.
Kufold si option. Kaa chini kidogo, ulialie, ufanye vitu zako. Kufold, usikubali. Usikubali. Omba Mungu akupee nguvu.
Yeah.
Because nguvu yetu haitoshi. Nguvu yetu haitoshi. Kama ni nguvu yako, haungekuwa kwa hizi shida.
Yeah.
Tafuta usaidizi. Ask God to make you strong. And find your way out of your hell.
Yeah. There's something you mentioned here. I know I don't like going here. And of course, if you don't want to go there, it's okay. You mentioned about your children losing their brother. Is that something you're okay talking about?
Long live Jamal. He's my son. And life happened. Life happens. And some questions have no answers. But because I had to choose between kufold and kuendelea kukua because of these ones. Nilikuwa nimeanza kufold. Nilikuwa nimeanza I mean,
what is folding for you here?
like una crash.
Are you
being devastated to the point where sasa unaacha kuwa wewe?
Do you turn to substances?
Of course. Bonge la relapse, my nigga. Bonge la relapse. Bonge.
It's like you don't see a future without...
Unaona future wapi, bro?
Yeah.
It's the hiyo ni ile kitu yenye msee, it's the sum of all fears, if you ask me. But you cannot fold. You cannot afford to. You can. Mi najua wase wengi sana wamefold. Job ilinikatikia. Nini, I lost this. This happened to me. Umefold.
Yeah.
Sasa umefold, uko na reason yako. Nilifold juu ya hii. It's a very good reason. Siongei ati kama msee hana sympathy. Mi nimepitia vitu mingi. Zingine hata sijui kama nitaiongea. Mi nimepitia vitu mingi. I just happen to look like sijapitia vitu mingi. Pia mzae wangu ukaa hivo. I happen to look like sijapitia, bro, nimepitia vitu mingi ngumu sana. Hii confidence niko nayo, ile pia unapita kwa moto na unatoka hiyo side ingine.
Yeah.
Unaanza kufeel, okay, I guess I can overcome. So with Jay, there's nothing to conclude or to say, oh, so this kuna kitu ikihappen, imehappen.
Yeah.
But you stay around. You do what those people would have wanted you to do. You live a life that would make your loved ones proud. Whoever you have lost, live in a way that would make them proud. They would not be proud to see you folding. Jay haizitaka kuona nimefold.
If you are speaking to a parent who's lost their child, is there anything in particular that you think helped you out that you could share as a tool that they can also use to find a way out of that darkness?
I think time is the only thing that starts to bring at least some semblance of normal back.
Yeah.
Time. But things can never be the same. I can never be the same. It is impossible. But karibu ni fold. Karibu ni fold. Ni video ya Jomushiri ilifanya nikakosa kufold. It came to me like, wow.
Jomushiri alifanya nini?
Alipost video fulani ya, there's a duck with a duck that is walking around with some ducklings, looking for some ducklings that are lost.
Yeah.
While that duck is walking with the other ones, kutafuta hizo zime lost, hizi zingine, some of them zikaanguka kwa shimo.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
You've seen that video, eh?
Yeah.
And this is a very powerful video for you to know the video I'm talking about. Hiyo kitu ilifanya nikastuka, bro. Nilikuwa ndani ya relapse videdly. Like ile, whatever, man, niende vile itaenda. Bro, that thing shook me like, wow. So there's more to lose.
Yeah.
There's more to lose.
The point here being that if you keep getting lost, then...
Wacha vile unafikiria sahi ni kubaya. Uta lose more.
Yeah.
So now you're just grieving.
Let's put up that video if you can find it, Dave.
Yeah, now you're just grieving. Ukiendelea hivi, next ni afya ime lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then now, na kuna hawa. Hey, bro. This thing that God created of, by the time ujue kitu umefanya, watoi washakam. And then now, wende wanaangalia. Mi imenisaidia sana, maze.
Yeah.
Imenisaidia sana. So, to anybody who's lost, just hang in there. Seek God. I gave up on God, then I came back to God. I gave up on God because of, but I came back because all the other answers are futile.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I read the story of Job. Nikiwa na hawa. Maze nikasema, what is this I'm reading, maze? Why does this feel like I make sense na haiko fair, but I don't know, man. So mimi, hizo losses, all I can say is don't fold. Kaza, go through it. Peter, do what you must. Go to rehab, get help, pick a book, find somebody who has gone through what you have gone through, but don't fold. Usikae chini ati umeshindwa. Don't fold. This life is for the living, man. Tumelose do, tumelose watoi, tumelose relationships, bro, tumelose vitu mingi. Alafu, it will be for what, bro? Tukifold. After everything tumepitia, then we fold. Haiwezi.
What you offer here is a very deep message of comfort, but also of a practical message. You know, like the way I told you that you seem like a very practical dad. I also think that you live life very practically, in the sense that, of course, there could be many other pieces of advice you could give. You know, things that you could do, specific things that you could do. But sometimes I realize that those specific things that work for you might not work for other people.
This is true.
But the end goal should be, do not fold. Whichever thing it is that you find yourself with.
Hii kitu ni black and white. Hauwezi kuwa na both.
Yeah.
Huwezi kuwa sawa ulipitia kitu fulani. Ukaanza kutumia drugs.
Yeah.
Kitu real, a real pain that was so deep that you had to cope. Now you're hooked on drugs. Ni ukweli pain yako ni noma sana. Ilikuwa noma hadi ukajikuta kwa hizi drugs. Si ndio?
Yeah.
But sasa uko kwa drugs. Na bado uko na hiyo pain. Do you understand me? Hakuna win hapo. This life is not fair. This life is not easy. This is the problem. Expecting that it should be fair, nice, easy. Umepitia shida, umetumia drugs, sasa uko ndani ya drugs. Sasa uko na shida na uko na hiyo trauma na uko na shida ya drugs. Bro, tumesolve nini? Do you understand me? You have to be ready to do what it takes. Na ni uchungu. Mi niko simple hivi because I've lost everything, bro. Guys cannot believe. Me, I can tell you guys stories you will not believe.
What is everything?
Everything that there is to lose. Nime lose. Loved ones, health, business, everything that there is to lose, nime lose. Unakaa wewe na Mungu hivi.
Na life yako tu.
Hakuna kitu ingine. Unasema, maze tulifikaje huku?
Maze, when you are at that point, how do you find the courage to see beyond that loss that is happening in that moment? How do you get the courage to even fathom that, you know what, there's a tomorrow that's coming around?
When you stop being emotional about the very important things in life, ukweli yako iko hapo. Tukitoa emotions, the fact is, hakuna kitu yenye nitaweka ndani ya mwili yangu, ndani ya kichwa yangu, yenye itawahi toa zile vitu nimepitia. Hakuna. Tuonge tu facts. Wachana na the emotional part.
Yeah.
The emotions are there, but you are not your feelings. And many of the times, ile sauti iko ndani yako si sauti yako. Hizo ni instincts zako zinajaribu kukuprotect. Hiyo ni ego yako. Hizi vitu waga tu black and white. Ndio utoke kwa shida, kuna kitu lazima ufanye.
Yeah.
Ile kitu inakunyonga, lazima utoe kwa meza. Ndio hii trauma yako, ndio hizi madrugs. Sasa it's a big happy party. For us to resolve this trauma, first sasa lazima tutoe drugs.
Yeah.
Na hiyo ni ngumu mbaya. You sasa una face life bila drugs. Bro, ask anybody who used to get high. When you stop getting high, bro, life hukupiga na HD na 3D. What? Everything, all your lies, all your everything, all your wastefulness. Yani life inakutandika unasema, man, I is a bitch ass nigga. Yani uni mimi ndio nimefanya hivi. mimi ndio nimefanya hii mambo yote mimi.
Because is it that you realize that these things are real? So you suddenly realize that these videos may happen.
Unaacha kucope. Unaanza kuface.
Yeah. Since ukiwa high ni kama ziko in the
high ni postponement.
Yeah.
Ile, kama hiyo story ya kukunywa rent hadi mnatusi landlord alafu the next day sasa ni ujanja.
Yeah.
It's cope. Hiyo kukosa kucope ndio mwanzo ya ukweli, na ukweli ni mbaya. Watu wapendi ukweli.
Yeah.
And kupenda ukweli ndio mwanzo sasa ya kuanza hii barabara. Because after losing everything, on the third pod we'll talk, bro. These guys talk, it's one story to go from nothing to driving a Benz.
Yeah.
The story of driving a Benz to nothing. Hiyo story ni moto. Bro.
Yeah.
Hii maisha ukijiface inaanza ku make sense. Hata watu wangu sasa tunaishi na ukweli.
Yeah.
I used to be like, I'm trying to cater. Tuishi tu na ukweli as far as I can.
What is ukweli when you talk to your daughters? Is ukweli telling them this is where we are at right now and this is where we want to be next year? Or is ukweli telling them this is what the world is like out there, so try to avoid this type of people and be this way?
No, I'm not trying to make them be scared of the world.
Okay.
I want them to know the real world. Asiyefunzwa na mamae, bro, wahenga wako wana joke. Hiyo kitu ni real.
Ulimwengu yuko hapo inamchia.
Na inaijali yenye hukuambiwa ama uliambiwa. Wewe jipange. Hukujua?
Yeah.
Hukujua hii mambo ya town, bas unakaribishwa.
So tunakuonyesha.
Na utaonyeshwa na madabo.
Yeah.
So with them, try to kuwashow those 3 pillars. Yeah. How you deal with yourself, how you deal with people, and how you exist on this earth.
Yeah.
Hizo 3 tu. Are you really in communication with yourself? Do you really know? Do you really hear yourself? Do you really know what are your strengths, your weaknesses? Do you know this kind of people are for you? Yani, unaendaga ukijijua ama unaabsorb tu. Na matrix inataka tu ukwe outward.
Yeah.
Badala ya inward. Mimi ni nani? Mimi zangu ni gani? So if you have a good relationship with yourself, sasa unaendelea vizuri. Sasa unaweza anza kurelate vizuri na watu. And then kuishi kwa hii dunia. And I try to have those convos. I'm trying to bring them into my real life as much as possible. They are little girls at the end of the day, but
I like how you brought them here, for instance, today.
So there's a time when maybe ningesema, now I need to find someone to babysit them, and then nani? Hii ndio maisha yetu. Na ndio shughuli tunapiga.
This is beautiful, man. I hung out with my daughter here over the summer when I was doing some recordings.
Lovely girl, I met her.
And she had an awesome experience. I recorded a video with her over here. She was seated here, I was seated over. She was basically interviewing me. She's 2.5 years old, for context. I'm going to post that video when she's older, maybe when she's like 10, 15 or something. And we'll just look back at that moment and celebrate it together. The reason why I'm saying this is, I think taking your children along in your journey paints a good picture of who you are to them. I think they get to respect you more, interact with you more, and you get to bond more too.
And to know mjuane.
Yeah.
When I was in primary school, there's a guy whose dad became successful tukiwa kama standard 6, standard 7, muhindi.
Yeah.
Tukifika standard 8, buda amekafunga deadly. Ile visibly.
Yeah.
Yani hata wakipiga, yani you can see these guys, kwao life may change. And the dad is to have him picked up from school at 3:45 and end a job.
Yeah.
Sasa tuko standard 8 jamaa anaanza kuniambia mazee, my dad is telling me he doesn't think high school is important, I should go and work with him. Bro, we are 13, we are having this convo. Tuko consolata, tumekaa chini, si wawili tunabanja hii story. I couldn't understand, like, hey, really? A part of me, because I'm a bit rebellious, nasema, hii kukosa kusoma ina sound ka vibe. But you see, this guy is entering the business at what age? 13, 14. Msi akifika miaka mbao, you can't see this guy. Humuoni.
From there it's exponential.
He's in the real world.
Yeah.
Watu wangu wanajua kitu muufanya. Na inakuanga ni hivi na ni hivi. They see me doing trades. They see me now podding with you. This is what I do. This is the real life. Matrix life ni ya kujaribu kugawanyisha. Waende shule.
Yeah.
Wakae kwa nyumba. Waone cartoon. Wacheze PS. wafanye sijui nini, warudi shule, haiwezi.
Yeah.
Na ni hao adapt na mimi. Mi ndio shughuli yangu. I will not coddle anybody. Hii ndio shughuli tunapiga, na shughuli ikiisha, we move to the next thing.
Yeah.
No babying. The real world. Yes.
Are you still doing crypto?
Of course.
That becomes a very interesting journey. I've been seeing what's happening. Last year, there was some shockwaves around the world when what's the biggest crypto called?
Bitcoin.
When Bitcoin started dropping in value, and people said, "Man, it's gonna go and become valueless at some point."
It gets said it was heading to zero.
Yeah. What's your take on that?
And hakuna zero tunaenda. Crypto is the evolution of money.
Yeah.
We had the cowrie shells, spices, precious metals, the Fed, paper money. Crypto is the money of the internet.
Yeah.
The internet is the evolution of humanity. There's nowhere crypto is going. It will only become more and more mainstream. And that's how I feel about it. Even gold and silver keep doing this. All markets are manipulated. But inside the manipulation, bado kuna opportunity.
The Bible says that my people perish for the lack of knowledge.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to comment on this: crypto and AI together. And so I'm going to give a premise here. What's his name? Plato and Aristotle. Plato was Aristotle's teacher. So Plato used to say, you shouldn't write. Writing was a new form of technology that was evolving then. So Plato was of the idea that commit everything to memory. Am I confusing? It's one of them. So one of the teacher of the other. So whoever was the teacher was telling the student, commit everything to memory. And so the student was writing down, and his teacher is like, man, you are going to be losing the information. Your mind is going to become rotten because you will not be using it anymore. You need to think, you need to remember, you need to memorize. Stop writing stuff down. And so this student wrote this down, and that's why we know it now, because he actually wrote it down. And so we come down to now, generative AI. So, one arm of AI is taking education by storm. And I've seen a lot of warning going around that, now the brain is going to rot even more because people are not going to use it to think anymore. But I'm of the opinion that, and that's what I want you to comment on, I'm of the opinion that generative AI and AI in general is something that we all need to embrace, because that is where we grow towards. That is what is going to create more opportunities. That is what is going to create greatness in the future. What is your take on the embracing of AI and the way we are embracing or not embracing crypto, for that matter?
Mass adoption is inevitable. Remember how M-Pesa was in the beginning?
Yeah.
Hii kitu inakam.
Yeah.
It's not about whether we like it or not. As for generative AI, the first time this came up was Tugi was doing some homework, math homework. Alafu mimi amesoma niambia mimi sielewi. Akaniuliza. Mimi nimetry kumexplainia haikuji. Nikamwambia cheki, piga hiyo swali picha, ask Gemini, explain this to me, explain it to a 9-year-old. How to
understand it.
How to crunch this. Yani hii hesabu vile ina flow mpaka ifike kwa answer.
Yeah.
Buda hiyo kitu litolea kitu, she said, now I understand. Nikasema, alo. This is the result we are looking for.
Yes.
But school is still, the technology has gone faster than school.
Because the technology makes the current way school is done obsolete.
And these are the generational truths, generational value systems. The power of memorization. Hiyo kitu imekuwa na value mbaya until now.
Yeah.
Sai haina value. But human mind, it atrophies if you don't use it to do things. But with where we are going with generative AI, we must embrace it. We don't have a choice. Imekam. Wendo was saying how, Dad, I don't like how all the posters now are AI generated. Bro, we used to make money designing posters.
Yeah.
Bro, we used to charge real money. Poster bro tulikuwa tunacharge hata 50k, 70k, 100k poster. Saa hii ni prompt mzee. Make for me imeisha. So hiyo isha come. As far as crypto, I cannot see a better money solution. There isn't one. All the governments have been trying to digitize money under government frameworks. But as of now, I cannot see how crypto flops, especially not with the Trump administration being as pro-crypto as they are. And the Trump administration wanting to be the administration that revolutionized the money system. They've been talking a lot about how the money system is broken. And I agree, transactions cost too much, especially on this side of the world. TXs are way too expensive, way too slow. Hawezi niambia do yangu kutoka hapa kufika Gambia na take 3 days. Pesa. It's ridiculous. Or 2 days. Whatever it takes. And na bado ni explain. Ido ni ya nyanya yangu aliuza malenge siku fulani alafu ndio maana natumia. Because of all those things, convenience kwa ufupi, crypto has to go. Crypto has to blow. Yeah.
Man, DNA, thanks for hanging out with me on a second time over here, man.
Always a pleasure, man.
I don't know where we were going to take this conversation, man, but I'm happy where it's gone because I thrive on authentic conversations, and man, there's no one who's more authentic than you, man. And this is beautiful.
I appreciate speaking to you. Yeah, bro. I mean, what can I say, bro? I wish you well. I think you're solid. Your level of commitment is rare. And yeah.
Thanks, man. That's deep and very motivating because you noticed me. In the tradition of this pod, we treat our guests like presidents. This is the second time around I get to treat you like a president, man. So, like, we always have a guest leaving a question for the next guest on the show. And so the guest who was here most recently left a question for you. And this is a good question. You remember, I normally don't see these questions until right now when I'm about to ask them.
Yes.
So the question I had yesterday for the guest was very, very, I don't know. But this one is so deep, man. And because it kind of aligns with what we've been talking about. So that's why I'm happy about this. So how do you think we can create a good environment for spirituality and innovation to work together to produce a healed world?
Oh, you'll not like my answer.
I don't have to like the answer, man.
A healed world. Yeah, this peace and love and everybody holding hands and singing Kumbaya has never happened, will never happen. The few have always ruled the many. There has always been the human at the end of it. Nyuma ya tent is a very vicious creature.
Yeah.
Behind all our polish and our nice words and all this stuff, kuna instinct ingine hapo yenye, if I can dominate you, I will. If I can take from you, I will.
Yeah.
And because of that savage, your survival instinct ya binadamu, there will never be a time when we are all holding hands and wishing the best for each other. So I do not believe on a universal level it is possible.
Yeah.
But as far as on an individual level, there are always people who have the same interests and goals as you. Just find the communities and plug in and don't worry about the world. Worry about you and yours. Yeah.
Deep, man. Thanks,
Appreciate
Master.
you.
This has been the Couch Connect. I'm hanging out with Dreams and Ambitions. I learned that today, man. DNA himself.
Ogato J, the biggest.
Thanks, man, for coming out.
Always.
If you made this far, I think it's because you did enjoy this episode. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And remember to tell your friends to tell their friends. Till next time, do take care.
Let's go.
Kwaheri.